Hello friends, this is Cullen back with Dragon Age Inquisition. We are here in Sarah's room for no particular reason, and I'm going to head back and pick up some mission stuff and explore, talk to some more people around Skyhold, and if there's nothing else I find after that, then I will move on back to the stormy rainy zone. Not Cedarwood, not... oh, what the hell is its name? We will move on back to, not the Hinterlands. Do I have a quest there? No. Why is that, why is that red? I don't know. Yeah. If you know why that's red, let me know. Maybe it's just, maybe that's nothing. But yeah, after, if we don't have anything there, we'll head to the zone known as Crestwood. Yeah, and I will see you in a bit. Her tongue tells tales of rebellion, but she was so fast and quick with a bow, no one quite knew she came from. Oh, here's a new book I haven't read. How to Act for Eldon. My esteemed Lady Sidonia. I'd like to take full responsibility for Lady Marchalette's odd behavior of late. You see, we recently began the study of history. I thought that it would do the young mistress some good to be exposed to all Theodosian cultures, and not just Orlais. It was a foolish thought. Regrettably, your dear daughter has taken a particular interest in Ferelden folklore. She first developed an affinity for King Calenhad, which seems to have devolved into borderline infatuation. She stared at me, eyes wide, when I told how he unified the barbarians with his allegedly incomparable abs and charisma. Every time I tried to move the lesson on to something more important, she insisted I tell her more about Calenhad, how the young Ferelden say his hair was twice as yellow as the sun, and his chin more chiseled than the tallest peak in the Frostbacks. Twice now I've had to tear down drawings she's tacked in her bedroom of the man shirtless. She's got fanfic, she's got fan art going on of King Calenhad. Then we moved on to the werewolves, which was even worse. As you may already know, the Fereldens venerate the folk heroes Dane and Hafter. Dane was said to have been a werewolf, and Hafter to have descended from one. No enlightened man could ever view such beast people with anything but revulsion. But you know Fereldens and their love of wildlife. Unfortunately, these tales of the wolf men set the little mistress's imagination afire. She's got her own little Twilight going on here. When she suggested we put on a play for you and her lord father, I could not say no. Oh, God. I'm afraid that's why Marchalette was running through the mansion wearing wet furs and frightening the chambermaids. She was rehearsing a scene in which Hafter drives back the Darkspawn. I've been informed that some priceless family heirlooms were destroyed amidst all that confusion, and I cannot fully express my dismay. This is amazing. I understand if my abject failure as a tutor results in my immediate dismissal. It should not. A letter from Brother Bernard to his former employer. Oh, that's fantastic. What else is here? Okay, more. I'm out here searching for books of for copies of that book of Hard and Hightown, and I found one, and some great stuff too.
Yes.
Oh, so Josephine looks like has some more stuff here, and let's check it out.
Who rules Antiva?
Officially, the Principality of Antiva is governed by His Majesty King Fugelno II. In reality, Antiva's merchant princes rule the country in everything but name. Quite loudly, I might add.
What sort of dealings did you have with these merchant families?
As ambassador, I attended Privy Council meetings in a mediatory capacity. May I just say, one has never heard an argument until they've sat in on 15 princes howling down each other's tariff suggestions.
Yeah, that sounds chaotic.
Sounds like more of a mob than a meeting.
It's all a part of life in Antiva. Our traditions value passion and romance, a certain exuberance of style.
I think she is, but this seems like the answer to go with.
Are you positive you're Antivan?
I can be most exuberant when it's called for.
She is more reserved.
Just at the right moments. And in a proper fashion. Might we speak of something else?
Yeah.
What's the land like in Antiva?
The settled areas are quite lush. The vineyards run as far as the eye can see in some places. Antiva City, however, perches right up against the Rialto Bay. That's what I miss most. The sea crashing against the maze of the docks.
I have difficulty seeing you wandering around a trading port.
Everyone in Antiva City spends time by the ships, my lady. The finest restaurants and poets all make their habitation by the sea. The waterfronts never still. Lanterns are lit along the promenade no matter what the weather.
It sounds like a fantasy Italy. Like it sounds like the way they're describing it feels very fantasy Italy.
Are you ever homesick?
Occasionally. When a breeze stirs the trees in the garden, I sometimes pretend it's the sound of the surf. Do you know, I even miss those terrible squawking birds infesting the harbor. My youngest sister used to throw whole loaves of bread to the gulls. Silly thing.
I think we kind of know where she grew up, but I think we probably missed this before.
Where were you raised, Josephine?
I was born in Antiva City, but when I turned 15, Mother declared I'd attend finishing school in Valroyo. But I bawled into her skirts the day I had to leave.
That's too funny. That's so mean.
You must have missed her terribly.
I did. And she was most unsympathetic to my wailing. But my mother only wanted the best for me. Living in Orlais was an education in itself.
It seems like it worked out for you.
What did you learn at this finishing school in Valroyo?
Among other things, mathematics, rhetoric, poetry, history, logic, and a great deal of etiquette. I still remember Madame Beventir's switch on my knuckles when I forgot the basic tenets of Nevaran dining customs.
Tenets,
For a
not
dowager
tenants.
approaching her 80th year, she had quite the arm.
How did the younger you like Valroyo when you arrived?
She must have hated it.
Have you ever stepped into a new city and felt the buildings couldn't possibly be real? That was Valroyo to me.
Oh, never mind.
So beautifully foreign.
I thought she'd feel
ate
really
at
out of
its fires
place.
for months.
Does Antiva City have nothing that compares to Valroyo?
Antiva City is a jewel among the capitals. But I did not appreciate that before I traveled. There are multitudes of places I'd like to see. Saharan, the Anderfels, whatever lies past the Amaranthine Ocean.
Yeah, so I guess that's, if you're, I know a lot of students who are interested in travel and like politics is a great way to get into that, and relations and ambassadorships and all that sort of stuff. What of your family fortune?
You said the Montiliers used to run an entire trading fleet. What happened?
There was a scandal in Valroyo more than an age ago. The Montiliers were forbidden from trading with Orlais. Our personal fortunes never quite rebounded.
It's a long time.
Does anyone in Orlais even remember what that scandal was?
I doubt it, but the injunction persists.
What exactly happened?
An affair with a minor lord. Perhaps. Most other details are lost.
Are you saying your family's livelihood was ruined because of a love affair no one even remembers?
Essentially, Orlesian politics are full of these unhappy little missteps, Inquisitor.
Expensive love affair.
You haven't really gone into detail about how you know Liliana.
We met... let me think. We met the last few years of my schooling, but we became friends after I became ambassador to Orlais. It seems terrifyingly long ago now.
How exactly did you and Liliana reconnect in the Inquisition?
I discovered my family had been overcharging a merchant we traded with for months. Our name carries a great deal of trust in Antiva. I spent weeks arranging a string of favors as suitable recompense. Apparently satisfied, the merchant extended me an invitation to her estate. Liliana greeted me in place of the merchant.
Uh-oh.
I assume the entire problem was some form of trial.
You assume correctly. Liliana claimed she needed someone of painful integrity for...
That's really cool.
I accepted. once she finally explained what it was.
Do you remain close?
Yes, but she's grown so much more distant than the outgoing woman I met in
Yeah, some
Valroyo.
shit's happened to her.
Leliana used to wander the Orlesian courts, singing the sweetest songs, charming the greatest wits. Now she collects secrets and takes risks that would make empires tremble. I worry, but she will not hear it.
Does Leliana confide in you?
She enjoys
Probably not.
revisiting our more disastrous adventures. Leliana used to concoct the most ridiculous plans. Run if you ever see her with a twine ball, a measuring stick, and a handkerchief.
A twine ball, a measuring stick? I don't even know what that could possibly involve.
Tell me about the Montiliers.
Well, my parents are alive and in good health. They live in our estate in Antiva City. Of my 4 siblings, most attend to the running of the family vineyards. That reminds me, I must ask someone to make sure Yvette attends the spring reception at the palace. My youngest sister has no head for social engagements.
Why are you overseeing your siblings' social lives?
It's Antivan custom. After a certain age, the heir apparent runs the family's estate to prove they're worthy of succession. If you're unfit for the task, the heads of the house, usually one's parents, may decree a new heir.
It's a lot of pressure.
What do these Antivan heads of the household do if they don't run it?
They work and provide guidance. I've taken advice from my parents. Well, mostly mother. Father's more of an artist. It's rather gauche, but we never can dissuade him from running his own salons. Between him and my siblings, mother's looking forward to my taking over the estate.
Can you run your family's business and be the Inquisition's ambassador?
I won't let it interfere with the quality
Oh, I didn't
of my
mean it
work
come out
for
like
the
that.
Inquisition. I assure you.
I meant
But
more like it sounds
managing
like she's
the estate
overwhelmed.
is my duty. As much work as it is, I will not shirk it.
Is running your family's estate that important to you?
I'm responsible for their welfare. A Montilier never shuns their familial duty. Taxing as those duties can sometimes be.
Maybe your family can help. Then drop them. Yeah, that's okay.
I think you're too finicky to give those responsibilities to the rest of your family.
You don't know them. But Lorien in charge, or Antoine, or Yvette? No, truly. It must be me.
I do believe that
speak
she's
later.
the responsible one.
Farewell.
And so I think that's probably...
It's good to see you.
Oh.
Let's
Codex
speak
unlocked.
later.
Antiva.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Secret Cassandra Josephine Montelier is a noble from the nation of Antiva. She was educated in Valroyo. Who is this from? Sister Leliana. Educated in Valroyo, where she built connections among the court. When she finished her schooling at a surprisingly young age, Lady Montelier became the official diplomat between King Fulgeno of Antiva to Empress Celine of Orlais. The appointment suits her. She is well-traveled, familiar with many forms of etiquette, and by all accounts a skilled negotiator. If that endorsement does not suffice, Josephine is a personal friend. I have faith in her. Yeah, but you also put her through the ringer as a test. We require someone both influential and trustworthy to be an ambassador for the Inquisition. You cannot tell me you would prefer to take the job yourself, Sister Leliana. Let's check out the Antiva entry. In the rest of the civilized world, it is common belief that Antiva has no king. I assure you, gentle readers, now I'm hearing this in the voice of Andrew from Buffy, I assure you, gentle readers, that this is untrue. The line of kings in Antiva has remained unbroken for 2,500 years. It is simply that nobody pays any attention to them whatsoever. In truth, the nation is ruled by a collection of merchant princes. They are not princes in the literal sense, but heads of banks, trading companies, and vineyards. Their power is conferred strictly by wealth. But Antiva is not primarily renowned for its peculiar form of government, nor for its admittedly unparalleled wines. Antiva is known for the House of Crows. Yeah, that's... What was that character's name? I'm Googling this. Dragon Age Origins Assassin Gay. Or maybe he was bisexual. What was his name? What was his name? Zevran. Yep, Zevran. So I remember, yeah, Zevran was one of the crows, I think. Um, since Antivas are well known for being good at anything but fighting, it is more than a little ironic that Antiva possesses the most deadly assassins in the world. Their fame is such that Antiva keeps no standing army. That's really interesting. No king is willing to order his troops to assault her borders, and no general is mad enough to lead such an invasion. The attack would likely succeed, but its leaders would not see the day. If there's a great fantasy series I read by Brent Weeks, I think it was, about it was a trilogy, not the Black Prism, but something about like Way of Shadows, and getting a lot of that sort of flavor from this. Very cool, very cool, very cool. Codex updated Sarah. That's who the Codex was about. What updated about Sarah? This addendum, personal privacy. In light of your developing relationship with Sarah, I wish to clarify that any and all information I have gleaned is at best second-hand. I would never expect to exceed your own observations, given the intimate nature, and I do not wish to intrude on your privacy. Keep your nose out, she's mine. This was initially like a report from Josephine about Sarah to me. And she just updated, like, don't worry, I'm not going to butt in. And yeah, she's saying, no, you're definitely not going to butt in. Oh, that's freaking adorable. Continuing her predecessor's work. This is from the person who's following up as the new monster research person. Formally submitted a report. Current progress and findings. Certain herbivores appear especially sensitive to disruptions caused by the rifts. Migration and mating habits have been impacted. Ramifications on predator behavior apparent but warrant further study. Additional notes. In studying alterations in animal behavior, I have uncovered something the Inquisition soldiers may find useful. Human behavior is similarly unpredictable. Like, is this someone who's like awkward, who's researching that humans are weird, or is this someone saying that the rifts have actually cause psychological disruptions? I'll continue to pursue this line of research until otherwise notified. Signed, Elizma Darrington, Inquisition researcher. So the seeds I think are growing. Oh, what's this? What was that? What the hell? Are we going to talk about the thing that's on the pot right now? What the actual fuck is that? It's gone now. Okay. Well, I'm still not sure what that thing is up there, how I get to it, or what I do with it. Can I really get on the roof somehow?
Inquisitor?
Is there anything I can do to help you or your people?
My healers would benefit from more supplies. We have run short of even common goods with so many wounded. If you could deliver this list and the items on it to Quartermaster Thren, she could get us what we need. It may not seem like much, but it would enable my healers to save many lives.
Thren's a quartermaster. That's surprising.
Farewell.
Make her go with you.
You're not going to give me the list? I guess she's not going to give me the list. Oh, that's pretty great. So there is a stack of copies in Hard and Hightown right here in the chantry. And there's a book floating in midair. Okay, whatever. You know what? Whatever. There, I caught it on the way down. Oh, I actually can get on the roof. Look at that. So let's find out what this is about anyway. Belinaris Dinon Heem. Cataloging Skyhold. Elven arrow with inscription. An arrow. Elven, of course. Because who else would be this fancy with a throwaway? I've talked weapon talk with traders before, and the squiggly scratching means make you dead, or near enough. Well made. Have to be to keep its shape since whatever ancient sod around it's from. All I know is there are centuries of knocks in the walls I have to patch. They keep an edge if they don't hit stone. Tell the men to mind their fingers. They've got fresh blood on this one. Mason Gotsey. Yeah, elven bows seem like they'd be of good make. That makes sense. What is this? Oh, Cole's been reading Varric's work.
He didn't kill his father. He was his father.
Okay.
The servants are having trouble remembering some odd events. Someone stole an entire cheese wheel.
I'm not even mad.
Mice like cheese.
Do mice also like bowls of crushed mint?
That was for the cats.
So the cheese lures the mice, and the mice lure the cats, and then they smell the mint?
Mint makes the cats dance and play.
Then the cook laughs at the cats instead of yelling at the scullery maids.
Kitchen fires are hot, like when Haven burned. The old cook lies under rocks. His head is in pieces. She needs to make it all work, so nothing will burn again. But if she laughs, she forgets for a while.
This is like the strangest therapy for PTSD I've ever heard, but bless you for trying, I guess.
Someone is leaving peeled plums on the windowsill. It's attracting flies.
Spiders need to eat.
And healers need something to treat infected wounds, like spider webs.
The plums are already dead. They don't mind helping.
Someone found a barrel full of misplaced daggers. Was that you?
They were safer there.
Safer than on someone's belts, where they could draw them in the heat of an argument?
They would have been sad later.
This is...
I'll talk to you later.
Probably.
What a strange character. And I love that he's not just randomly being, oh, the weird guy doing random stuff. He's doing all this specifically to help specific people, and I love it. Like to help people in specific ways to keep them safer, to improve their mental health, to help them address stuff from their past. All this weird random stuff really does have a purpose. How you doing, Cullen?
As leader of the Inquisition, there's something I must tell you.
You're being especially serious today.
I know. Lyrium grants Templars our abilities, but it controls us as well. Those cut off suffer. Some go mad, others die.
How's your supply?
We have secured a reliable source of lyrium for the Templars here. But I no longer take it.
Isn't that deadly?
When I joined the Inquisition. It's been months now.
Why didn't I know sooner? Not my business. But why? You seem fine. You could die. Yeah, why?
Why are you doing this?
After what happened in Kirkwall, I couldn't. I will not be bound to the Order, or that life any longer. Whatever the suffering, I accept it. But I would not put the Inquisition at risk. I've asked Cassandra to watch me. If my ability to lead is compromised, I will be relieved from duty.
Respect your decision. Are you okay? Fine, just do your job.
Are you in pain?
I can endure it.
Cassandra takes things as seriously as you do. If she has no problem with this, neither do I.
I thought you had a right to know. The Inquisition's army must always take priority. Should anything happen, I will defer to Cassandra's judgment.
That is unexpected. Codex unlocked. Confessions of a lyrium addict. And I liked how. Did you see that? The kit he had. It was almost like a heroin works kit. It looked like something similar to like a needle, a spoon. You got all kinds of stuff going on. So they're addiction. They're clearly going down a certain parallel path. Let's see. Confessions of a lyrium addict. Prison cell, scrap of paper for my confession, scarce enough bread and water, all I get for skimming one lousy bottle from the lyrium stores. Night Lieutenant Frayne cut my normal rations for insubordination. Insubordination my arse. It's because I saw him desert the guard tower to meet his girl. Frayne thought he'd teach me a lesson. I'm thirsty, but the water doesn't work. It should be more blue. You take it like medicine at first, delirium. Your whole body sings with it, like the Maker's own fire. You're not scared of anything, not even abominations. After it even takes away the nightmares. But the ration's too small. If they don't give you enough, your hands get cold. Excuse me. The sky starts to press down on you. Little things slip away, so you have to stay. The senior Templars all have that look, that cloudy look in their eyes. Sign your confession, they said. I'm trying. I can't think of what name to sign. Confessions of an unknown Templar, found among months of March Chancery records in 827 Blessed. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to be a Templar in this game. Poor Cullen, man.
Did you need something?
No, I mean, I want to become a Templar. I'm not going to do that, but it's interesting that that's even an option. Like, I wonder if he would be the person who inducts me, maybe. Tell me more about Samson.
You and the Red Templars leader seem to have personal history.
When I arrived in Kirkwall, Samson and I shared quarters.
That close.
He seemed a decent man at first. Knight Commander Meredith later expelled Samson for erratic behavior. He ended up begging on Kirkwall streets. He was reinstated at the champion's request, but he was still bitter, still angry. Now Samson serves Corypheus as his loyal general.
So Samson must have been a big character in Final Fantasy, in Dragon Age 2. I just don't remember him. It's been so long. Of course, I don't remember. It's been probably 9-10 years or something like that. It feels like. Why would he serve Corypheus?
Why do you think Samson joined Corypheus?
He had a chronic lyrium addiction. He spent every last coin buying it from local smugglers. Perhaps Corypheus flattered his vanity, gave him purpose as well as lyrium. Perhaps that's all it took.
Almost pity Samson since gone up in the world almost distracted. Yeah, I pity him.
Sounds like Samson had a miserable life.
The Order expelled him, but he had choices. He could have found another path. I don't understand how he became so powerful. Even with Red Lyrium, Samson's glory days are long behind him.
That's interesting. So the Red Lyrium alone is not enough to explain his power.
Did you need something?
I'd like to know more about the Templars.
What would you like to know?
Why did you join the Order?
I could think of no better calling than to protect those in need. I used to beg the Templars at our local chantry to teach me. At first, they merely humored me. I must have shown promise, or at least a willingness to learn. The Knight Captain spoke to my parents on my behalf. They agreed to send me for training. I was 13 when I left home.
That's not... Oh, yeah, it's not even an option. That's not very old.
13. That's still so young.
I wasn't the youngest there. Some children are promised to the Order at infancy.
Ugh.
Still, I didn't take on full responsibilities until I was 18. The Order sees you trained and educated first.
What about your family? Did you miss them?
Of course, but there were many my age who felt the same. We learned to look out for one another.
Do the Templars do anything besides hunt mages?
Templars protect against the dangers of magic. Before the Order left the Chantry, that meant serving in a circle. They were also tasked with tracking apostates or fighting demons inevitably summoned by the weak or malicious.
It's a tough life.
You've made it clear that you consider mages a threat.
Any mage can be. I won't pretend otherwise.
He's not
I've
wrong.
seen the suffering magic can inflict. I've treated mages with distrust because of it, at times without cause. That was unworthy of me. I will try not to do so here. Not that I want mages moving through our base completely unchecked. We need safeguards in place to protect people, including mages, from possession at the least.
What does Templar training involve?
There is weapon and combat training. Even without their abilities, Templars are among the best warriors in Thedas. Initiates must also memorize portions of the Chant of Light, study history, and improve their mental focus.
Did you enjoy your training?
I wanted to learn everything. If I was giving my life to this, I would be the best Templar I could.
You were a model student.
I wanted to be. I wasn't always successful.
That's hard to
Watching
believe.
a candle burn down while reciting the Chant of Transfigurations wasn't the most exciting task. I admit, my mind sometimes wandered.
Yeah, I mean, of course it did. That sounds horribly boring.
That's all I wanted to know.
Doesn't mean you're not a model
Thank you.
student.
Another time, then. Did you need something?
I should get to know you better. We're working together, after all.
What would you like to know?
All right. Where are you from?
I grew up in Ferelden, near Honleath. I was transferred to Kirkwall shortly after the Blight. Traveling to Haven was the first I'd returned in almost 10 years.
Barracks from Kirkwall.
Varric's from Kirkwall. Did you two know each other?
I knew he was friends with the champion of Kirkwall, but little else. We've spoken more since I joined the Inquisition, largely at Varric's insistence. Apparently, I spend too much time with a serious expression on my face, and it's bad for my health.
You were away from Ferelden for 10 years. Was it strange being back there again?
Strange? No. If anything, the opposite. I was not sorry to leave Ferelden when I did. I had no desire to return. But leaving Haven was more difficult than I would have imagined. Not just because Corypheus forced it upon us. It felt like I was abandoning my home. I never thought I'd feel that way again.
Yeah, he seems like he found a real place in the Inquisition. I'm glad to hear that.
You were in Ferelden during the Blight. Did you fight Darkspawn?
No. I was stationed at Ferelden's Circle Tower. The Circle had troubles of its own. I remained there during the Blight.
What happened at the Circle Tower?
Few who survived the Blight have fond memories of that time. I would prefer not to speak of it.
Okay.
What was Kirkwall like?
While I was there, Canary occupied and then attacked the city. The Viscount's murder caused political unrest. Relations between mages and Templars fell apart. An apostate blew up the chantry. And
That was Anders, I'm guessing, if I remember.
Other than that, it was fine.
That was, yeah, just that. No big deal.
What happened between Kirkwall's mages and Templars?
You were at the Conclave. You must have heard people speak of it.
Yes, but you were there.
There was tension between mages and Templars long before I arrived. Eventually, it reached a breaking point. There was fighting in the streets. Abominations began killing both sides. It was a nightmare.
What happened then?
The Templars should have restored order, but Red Lyrium had driven Knight Commander Meredith mad. She threatened to kill Kirkwall's champion, turned on her own men. I'm not sure how far she would have gone. Too far.
So you opposed her?
I stood with the champion against her, in the end. I should have seen through Meredith sooner.
I'll let you return to your work.
I'll bet playing Dragon Age 2 after this would be... There'd be a lot of stuff that would tie together, I'm sure.
Inquisitor?
Anything I should know?
Is there anything I should know?
I'm glad to have the charges on our side. Bull's men are professionals, despite evidence to the contrary.
Yep, that's all.
That's all for now.
Should you require anything, I'll be here.
Cullen is definitely more interesting the more I talk to him. And hearing what he's going through with the withdrawal is yeah, it's definitely gives me a good opinion of him. I already had a good opinion of him, but it certainly fleshes him out more, and more than I saw before. And yeah, I think that's probably going to be it for me for now. Next time I will continue around Skyhold. Again, I'll give kind of a same apology slash disclaimer slash whatever that I've given in the past, but yeah, I'm not really in the rush right now. There's no game I have on my queue after this that I'm trying to rush to. I'm just talking to people and learning more about the world and the game, and eventually I'll move to Crestwood, and eventually I'll move to story missions, but I'm just trying to spend more time here and learn new stuff. So that's going to be it for me here now. Thank you for watching, and I will see you later.